Now, it seems to me that I have added Tucker Carlson Tonight the Vault to my watch list. So let's see if it continues to be an open source clever Nazi about it. When I just want access to his vault and his show. And by law, I pay for it. I don't just want Tucker Carlson Today or Tucker Carlson Originals. I like all this stuff. But what I want, see, I'll even add, Tucker and Britt or whatever. I'll add it to the watch list there. So, all right, I've got that. I've got that. I'll add the China threat. And I've added Tucker Carlson Today with Andrew Yang. So that should work. Professor Diversity, Inclusion, right? I guess that's today's episode. Diversity Mob is tomorrow, right? Now, Tucker Carlson Today, I've added it to my watch list, right? I know I've added tonight. So let's just see what we got here. If I go to the home. Hey, Dan Bongino, I am not a fan of that man. He's very disrespectful, and I think he's colluding with evil people personally, him and Perino, but I can't prove it. But he's very disrespectful to Geraldo and the other guy, and just thinks he's so great because he's like parlor totally woke, but yet he doesn't seem to notice, like, open your trap or like you're going to prove you're one of them. But I think you're very disrespectful. I'm not going to watch your fucking show. Not until you're a publican about it, sir. I don't say your life's easy, but mine's worse, pal. You don't know who I am. Watch now. Where's my watch list, pal? This is the whole point. Where's my watch list? Hey, wait a minute. It's gonna be clever, but at some point, it's kind of let's continue watching. But where's my watch list? Tucker Today, Tucker Time the Ball. All right, Tucker Carlson Tonight, new episode, and there he is. Now, wait a minute. Now, it does need to actually play the episode. Ha! All right. So that's my little preview. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to show you with my other phone. I'm going to film a how-to video on how to make just your smartphone. Absolutely. I'm going to show you my whole tech setup, and it's what I mean, the dirt cheap one for like the houses with the like, but they're techified. I'll show you how to do it. The modern home or whatever for the HDTV guy who wants to like help humans. Or even like, I mean, Jesus, like, get people water. Why do you have these gas pipelines, but you can't put like a water pipeline to like poor countries? Or even ship like desalinated water, like the cheap version that you can do real quick, like how they do on the ships, and just trudge it like from the sea, 10 feet inland to like, you drop it off on shore after it's desalinated once, and then they purify it, and it's like clean water enough. If they gotta boil it anyway, like Jesus, like give them. I mean, there's so many ways that no one on earth should ever be thirsty. I mean, think about it. Aren't you complaining the water levels are rising? So skim it a little. There are ways to desalinate water. Every cruise ship in America has to do this. But I mean, if you just do like the cheap version real quick and then drop it off at a local plant to be like duped, and then like you send it on its pipeline of like 10 minutes to like where it needs to go. Plus, there's other countries and they have floods sometimes, and like wouldn't mind pumping some of their excess water or whatever. Like it's water. Well, nations should collude to make sure the poor countries have free water. Absolutely free. We want nothing back. And like it's a nice little system where like the boat comes and it like helps. Clinton in 2000 dropped trade barriers with China. Well, whatever his point is, I'll find out. I'm sure there was a double-edged sword about that one. But I am very happy. But that's not the one I'm watching right now. I'm going to continue to watch. Come on. I just got this, so I'm very excited about it. I really got it so I could watch the Steve Hilton episode. Really, Laura Logan, don't tell. She seems like a good war correspondent who really, like, I bet she does have an agenda, and it's the, like, she's publican and hates, like, the Sith. I bet that's the agenda, actually. But other than that, she'll report honestly. Like she's not, objective or whatever. With the objective, I think she is objective. She just like doesn't have an objective, maybe, except she does, and it's to be a good journalist. So that is her agenda. So she's not the sworn enemy of lying because like she's lying about having no, like it's an honorable objective for her agenda. So there's my buddy about it, Mr. Yang. That's just one person who seems decent. Maybe he has some out there ideas, but like he's not gonna get beat up by Tucker, who doesn't agree with him on much. And he's even gonna, but like it's a friendly interview. Watch. First 30 seconds. This is how he sets it up.
Welcome to Tucker Carlson Today. You probably hadn't heard of Andrew Yang 4 years ago, and then out of nowhere he announced for President of the United States and became remarkably popular for a time. He didn't win, but he went on to run for mayor of New York City. He didn't win there either, but he made a splash in the process. And the one thing we learned about Andrew Yang, as often as we disagreed with him, was this was one of the very few people running for office who is interested, who has his own ideas, who's thinking about the world and what it ought to look like going forward. He's put a lot of those thoughts in a new book. It's called Forward Notes on the Future of Our Democracy. We are happy to have Andrew Yang in our studios today. Andrew Yang, thanks so much for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me, Tucker. It's great to be here.
So you just came off this kind of, well, let me start at the beginning, this whirlwind where you announced for president and for the mayor of our biggest city. And so you just had this incredibly intense series of experiences.
It's been a strange few years.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
So typically people announce for president of the United States after a long career of chicken dinners, ascending.
So there you have it, and it goes from there, and he gives him a 55-minute sit-down. And if it's Gupta, yeah, he'll beat him up, same as Rogan. But if it's like this guy, even if especially if he disagrees with him, he's got lots of people on here, including like a very like Hollywood, not elite, but quite liberal lady who pleads for Britney. And like they have nothing really in common, like Rose and McGowan or whatever her name is. But yet he happily like they don't hate each other. They just don't have much in common, but they do understand. We want to make clear from the left and the right here that we're different. We don't agree on much, but golly gee, I don't hate you. I don't hate you either. Well, all right, very well. Let's free Britney here. And don't forget about Guy, Tim Passman and like the other slavers. Yeah, don't forget us. Thank you. Free speech, right, Bongino? By law, right, Mr. Bongino? Or are you going to be disrespectful and a big shot to prove you're like Geraldo's boss or something? Because I'm on the fence with you, sir. Could go either way. I know, like, you're a parlor owner, but then, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yes, the Sith would want to get involved. I'm not saying you're Sith, pal, but really, I gravitate towards Tommy Lauren or whatever her name is, the brunette one there. The like Italian one about it or whatever. But not because of their looks. I mean, like, they seem to speak true. I don't think they're interested in pageantry or like, whoa, I gotta show off on that level. Dude, don't show off on that level, sir. If you savvy, you savvy. If you don't, we'll figure out what you did and we'll get you. You're either one of them. And especially if you're one of them, like I told that punked Ashton Kutcher, then you really should be publican. We did do that. I didn't do that, but I did do that, and like, whatever. Right, Mr. Bongino? Right, Geraldo? I like how Geraldo, like they have cops on here. I have like 40 seasons of it. And then they have Geraldo who sits down with Tyrus and like one other guy and like a girl, and they like break it down and just make fun of it. It's fun about it.